If you've been using Zoom to reconnect with old friends lately, you're in some very famous company, and I don't mean Jade and me. Later on, we'll tell you what iconic musical cast just caught some FaceTime with a young fan. It's Monday, April 6th, and this is the Currents Music News. I'm Jay.
And I'm Jade. And, artists helping out more and more these days in the fight against COVID-19. And it seems like if you're the superstar level, sort of the dollar amount, that's the bar to hit is this $1 million mark. Elton John, he donated $1 million to COVID research through his AIDS Foundation. And Madonna just stepped up. She's donating $1 million to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And this is to try and find a cure for COVID-19. And what Madonna said is that, I must admit, it took me a really long time to kind of wrap my head around this and modify my own lifestyle so I could protect the lives of my family, myself, and the rest of the human race. If you remember, there was kind of a video that Madonna released a bit ago where she called the pandemic the great equalizer while at home in a bubble bath with rose petals. Not a good look. So this is a very good sort of make right for her. Another artist who's hitting that $1 million mark, that would be Pink, who's actually recovering from the illness along with her 3-year-old son. And Pink said it in a lot more serious, really. I mean, obviously she's in recovery from the illness. And she said that it is an absolute travesty and a failure of our government not to make testing widely accessible. And she said this illness is serious and real. And it is. And so this is my daily reminder. Stay safe, stay home, wash your hands. You know the drill.
Duran Duran bassist John Taylor has also recovered from COVID-19, he said in a statement. He said, quote, "I'm speaking out in answer to the enormous amount of fear being generated by the pandemic, some of it entirely justified, and my heart goes out to everyone who's had to deal with real loss and pain. But I want to let you know it isn't always a killer, and we can and will beat this thing." Other artists who've been diagnosed include Marianne Faithfull, who's been hospitalized with the virus but is in stable condition, and singer-songwriter Christopher Cross, who calls COVID-19 possibly the worst illness that I've ever had. You might remember he was just in the news because Billie Eilish just matched a feat that Christopher Cross had previously been the only artist to ever do, which was sweep the top 4 categories at the Grammys. Christopher Cross did that with his 1979 self-titled debut album.
Another artist that is now in recovery, that would be Daryl Hannah. Although it's not quite clear if she actually had COVID-19 or if she was just sick with another illness, but nevertheless is in recovery. But why this is important is because it delayed these fireside sessions that her husband Neil Young has been doing. And why is this? And I love it because it shows the generational gap. Daryl Hannah is the one who records them all. She edits them. And she's the one who does, kind of the sponsor tag as well. But here's the thing about Daryl Hannah and Neil Young. They live out in no man's ville. So once she has that on her iPad, she then puts it outside. A friend swings by wearing, a mask and gloves, brings it into town where there's actually internet and uploads it to their sort of home base that's called Lost Planet. And that's all while shopping for food for them, which they bring back, drop at the house. Anyways, Neil Young says it's sort of like a whole day process. So we will get some more of those fireside sessions with Neil Young. It's just going to take a little while.
Because if there's one thing stars have right now, it is a surprising amount of time. That's today's music news. We'll be back next time with another update. You can like and follow to make sure you catch it, and you can listen to The Current in the meantime on your radio, on your smart speaker, on our app, on our web stream, whatever works for you. And click in the comments to let us know what music news stories are meaningful to you right now. So today we'll leave you with some good news. It is some good news, and it's also the name of the online web series that actor John Krasinski has been hosting. And in the most recent episode, he got the original cast of Hamilton, or at least much of it, to reunite with Lin-Manuel Miranda as a surprise for a young fan who couldn't make it to the show on Broadway.
Aubrey!
Hi.
You've had a rough week, I hear. But, the social distancing thing is very important. So I have a deal for you.
Hi, Aubrey. How are you? I'm so sorry you didn't get to see Hamilton. I'm so glad to meet you.
That's my favorite song from Hamilton.
In New York, you can be a new man. In New York, you can be a new man. In New York, you can be a new man. In New York, you can be a new man. In New York, just you wait. Alexander Hamilton, we are waiting in the wings for you. Waiting in the wings.